Hi, powerful leaders. This episode is from a live training that I do weekly inside my Facebook group called the Powerful Female Coaches and Leaders Community. Feel free to join us inside the group so I can get to know you better and I can answer any questions you might have. I just love the live interaction, answering to your question, listening to your stories. There is so much power in connecting in a deeper way, and I really hope you do take this invitation. The way I edit these episodes is really to give you all the value, but if you want to have the live interaction, ask any questions, and get them answered by me, please join us in the Powerful Female Coaches and Leaders community. I can't wait to see you there, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. Welcome to the Powerful Female Leaders Podcast. I'm your host, Anna Patricia Bourgeois, certified business coach. I am here to help you up-level, generate consistent wealth, increase your confidence, attract dream clients, and master your mindset so that you can fully own your power and achieve next-level results in your online business and beyond. Every week, a powerful conversation will take place with amazing guests, or I'll share from my experience to help inspire you to start and scale the business of your dreams while being powerfully you. The time has come to stop playing small, stop hiding, and stop waiting. Now is the perfect time for you to passionately pursue your heart's desire as the powerful leader you were born to be. Are you ready? Let's do this. Today's topic, how to find your voice in your messaging. So this training is for you if you feel like you've lost touch with your inner CEO identity and it's stopping you from truly being powerful with your content, your messaging. Maybe you feel confused and you're not sure what to say, how to say it, where to say it, and you're all up in your head about it. And it's very difficult to be in your power. I feel like this is something that happens to a lot of us, and I feel like it's going to help a lot of us to really go from being lost and confused to being on demand and being so excited to show up, so excited to share a message and sign more clients. We need to master 3 things. And the first one is boundaries. Okay. So this is something you may have heard before, but I just want to make sure that this is like deeply ingrained in your subconscious, because it's going to play a huge role in how you show up and how you talk about your services and how you talk about your message, right? So the first thing is you are consuming way too much information. And this happens to everyone, right? We get into this rabbit hole and we consume and we scroll and we spend hours and hours and we listen to webinars and podcasts and we download all the freebies and you know, it's like never ending because we are high achievers. We're ambitious and we feel like we have to learn it all and consume all that information. But it honestly just makes us more confused, right? We don't realize it, but the more information we pile on, the more we just cannot think straight anymore because we have so much. And we don't even know which information is actually benefiting us and our own situation, if it's actually helping us move forward, right? So it gets quite overwhelming and it can confuse you and it can also slow you down. So I want you to be mindful of how long you're scrolling, who you're taking information from, anyone that makes you feel like shit, or anyone that makes you feel like you have to compare yourself. Like, it's okay to mute or unfriend, right? That's why the buttons are there, and that's you being a powerful leader and enforcing your boundaries, and there's nothing wrong with that. So I wanted to remind you that it's okay. It's okay to take a break from people and focus on you, and that's actually what's best to do. It's for you to focus on you. And also remember, right? If information alone would help you reach that success you're looking for, everyone would be millionaires by now, okay? Information is great. But what's really going to move the needle is guidance and support in those critical moments when we're pivoting or shifting, right? And having that person in our corner to actually say, hey, what about this? What about that? Have you thought about this? Oh, I think this is holding you back here, right? So having that support is so critical. And the other part of this is also the implementation, right? We can consume all the stuff in the world and know all the things, but if we're not actually implementing what we're learning or moving forward or taking action, it's not going to yield the results we wish it would. This is a huge part of us truly owning our voice. It's to remember who we are outside of all this information overload. This is the first thing. So I want you to sit down. I want you to really reflect and analyze, where are you spending way too much time consuming instead of doing and implementing? And this naturally leads us to the second point, which is intuition, right? You are either not listening to your intuition or not enough, right? And here's the thing, like the God, universe, spirit, like it gave you that amazing inner compass to guide you during your journey, right? It is there for a reason. So are you creating awareness around yourself and your energy every day? Are you tapping in, tuning inwards and listening to your nudges? Or do you keep like forcing it and pushing and hustling your way to success and feeling drained and burned out, right? I've been there. I know lots of people who've been there. You are not listening to that voice. You are not listening to those feelings. And the more you push it away, the more it's only going to hurt you. So I want you to be really honest right now. Are you intuitive? And are you listening to that intuition? And are you taking action based on that intuition? This is super important. Like once you do start to listen and pay attention, oh my, like this is where the good stuff happens, right? Because you're also going to feel more happy and more fulfilled because you're actually honoring those desires. And it's such a beautiful thing when that happens. So think about it. Think about it for yourself. Think about where you're at. Think about not only all the information you're consuming, but also, are you distinguishing which information would work best for you with your own intuition and your own desires? This is super important. And if you feel out of alignment, if you feel like your energy is low, or if you feel like you're, on the verge of burnout or something is wrong, it's because you're not listening to that intuition and that inner voice and guidance. So the last point, the third point, is you are not finding that voice in your messaging because you're not standing in your personal power, right? And this comes down to slowly becoming a copy-pasted version of your past coach or your current coach, right? And you're following so many blueprints and so many cookie cutter strategies, and you're doing what you think will bring results instead of doing what lights you up. Right? So what if I told you you can actually build your business your way, right? And this doesn't mean it will always be easy. It will always be rainbows and butterflies every day. But it means that you get to set your own rules for how you show up, when you show up, right? It means you get to decide who you want to work with, how you want to help them. No matter how crazy out of the box it may seem, anything is possible, right? It's up to you to really say, I'm going to stand up for myself. I'm going to say what I believe in, what I stand for. I'm going to say who I'm for, who I'm not for, and I'm going to say it proudly. And this is you standing in that power. So you see the shift here, right? You see the shift from consuming all the things we think will help us to listening to our intuition and standing in that power, because we all have that. We all have these answers. Are we brave enough to go inwards, listen to them, and then
stand in that power and actually share it and actually take a stand on it. So yeah, this is like what lights me up, because I've been through that journey these past few years, and it's wow, like it's incredible when you have that support, when you have that coach in your corner that can reflect back to you like, hey, I think you're not being in your power here. I think you're giving it away to that person or that situation. Or, hey, I think you might have an energy leak here. I think you're not listening to your intuition here. Right? And having that, wow, it's like a game changer. For example, I started working with a new client yesterday, and she ended the day and she was like, oh my gosh, this was the best day ever. Right? Because she had never invested before. She was very like scared of it, and she just took that leap and she did it, and she was just mind blown. She was like, I've never had that much clarity in my life. And I was just like, yes, this is what I wanted to hear, right? Because it's such like, honestly, the results can be almost instantaneous when you are staying in your power, when you do follow those nudges, when you say, now is the time, no matter how scared I am, right? So yeah, I wanted to share that little story because I was just like, yes, this girl is standing in her power right here. She's doing the scary things, she's getting the support, and now she's mind blown. And she cannot wait, right, to see where it goes. So like once you master these 3 things that I talked about, you will be able to truly see your CEO identity emerge and create powerful content and messaging that attracts soul-aligned clients that actually are a yes, that actually want to work with you. They're ready no matter what. They're in this for a lifetime, right? So what I have for everyone is first dibs on the first 5 spots I have for intuitive business alignment sessions. So this is completely free for the first 5 person. On this call, I will cover with you these things that we just went over. And we're also going to look at the space between where you're at right now, the space where you want to be, what's going on here, the shift that needs to happen for you to really own that and grow and show up with that messaging. And we're going to look at your sales strategies and how you're actually talking to your people. And we're also going to look at your mindset blocks and what's holding you back from hitting those consistent 5K months. I'm telling you, like, these calls can be so powerful and you can get immediate results from those calls. This year can be huge. This year can be so transformative if you let it be, if you trust, if you take the leap, if you stand in that power, right? And you get that support, you're going to be unstoppable. Like, anything is possible. And I'm here to help you through it all. Message me or drop #call and I'm going to reach out to you.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Powerful Female Leaders Podcast. If you love this episode, make sure to spread the message, leave a review, and subscribe. I would forever be grateful for you. I also want to hear from you, and I want to know your feedback and your questions for future episodes. So don't be shy, say hi, and send me a message at Powerful Female Leaders Podcast on Instagram. Until then, I'll see you on the next episode.